Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to learn the alphabet.
A is for apple, apple. B is for ball, ball. C is for cat, cat. D is for dog, dog. E is for elephant, elephant. F is for fish, fish. G is for gorilla, gorilla. H is for hat, hat. I is for igloo, igloo. J is for juice, juice. K is for kangaroo, kangaroo. L is for lion, lion. M is for monkey, monkey. N is for nose, nose. O is for octopus, octopus. P is for pig, pig. Q is for question, question. R is for ring, ring. S is for sun, sun. T is for ten, ten. U is for umbrella, umbrella. V is for van, van. W is for watch, watch. X is for box, box. Y is for yellow, yellow. Z is for zoo, zoo. So many things for you to learn about, so many ways to sing your song.
The A says, the A says, every letter makes a sound. The A says, and the B says, the B says, every letter makes a sound. The B says, the C says, the C says, every letter makes a sound. The C says, the D says, the D says, every letter makes a sound. The D says, the E says, the E says, every letter makes a sound. The E says, the F says, the F says, every letter makes a sound. The F says, the G says, the G says, every letter makes a sound. The G says, the H says, the H says, every letter makes a sound. The H says, the I says, the I says, every letter makes a sound. The I says, the J says, the J says, every letter makes a sound. The J says, K. The K says, the K says, Every letter makes a sound. The K says.
No.
The L says. Oh. The L says. Oh. Every letter makes a sound. The L says.
Oh.
The M says. The M says. Every letter makes a sound. The M says.
Mm.
The N says. The N says. Every letter makes a sound. The N says.
Mm.
The O says. The O says. Every letter makes a sound. The O says. The P says. The P says. Every letter makes a sound. The P says. The Q says. The Q says. Every letter makes a sound. The Q says. The R says. The R says. Every letter makes a sound. The R says. The S says. The S says. Every letter makes a sound. The S says. The T says. The T says. Every letter makes a sound. The T says. The U says. The U says. Every letter makes a sound. The U says. The V says. The V says. Every letter makes a sound. The V says. W.
When I play it over here, the room, it starts to shake. In my ear, what I found, it's the sound that you make.
Whoa, wow! This learning letter stuff is fun. Thanks.
The X says. The X says. Every letter makes a sound. The X says. The Y says. The Y says. Every letter makes a sound. The Y says.
Yeah.
Lullaby, Z, Z, Z. Catch some Z's when day is done. Zzz is your sound. Now go to sleep, my little one.
A for apple, A for ant. B for bat, B for ball. B, 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 b. C for cat and C for cup. C, 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 c. D for dog, D for dots. D, 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 d. E for egg and E for elephant. E, 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 e. F for frog, F for fish. F, 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 f. G for goat and G for grass. G, 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 g. H for hand. for insect, E, 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 E. J for juice, J for jar, J, 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 J. K for king and K for kite, K, 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 K. L for lamb, L for leaf, L, 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 L. M for man and M for monkey, M, 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 M. N for neck, N for nose, N, 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 N. O for ocean, O for oar, O, 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 O. P for plum, P for parrot, P, 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 P. Q for queen and Q for quail, Q, 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 Q. R for rope, R for rat, R, 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 R. S for sun and S for sunflower, S, 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 S. T for tap, T for tub, T, 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 T. U for uncle, U for umbrella, V for violin, V for violet, V, 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 V. W for well and W for water, W, 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 W. X for box, X for fox, X, 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 X. Y for yacht and Y for yellow, Y, 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 Y. Z for zoo, Z for zebra, Z, 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 Z.